Craving a delicious rich curry and you got some time to kill? I'll show you how. Welcome back, cookers. As you know from the intro, we are making Rogan Josh today. Rich, velvety, spicy, unctuous, delicious, thick, hearty, like you would get at any Indian takeaway, but sometimes things are better made at home. So follow along and I'm going to show you how to do it. So for this one, there's no chopping. All blitzed up, easy as pie, all right? So pre-preparation for this is key. Get all your spices together, get your onions, get your garlic, get your ginger, all ready to go, and it's easy to whip together. So to start off, just get yourself a blender. Any blender, NutriBullet, food processor, whatever you got, doesn't matter. It's just to blitz up the onions, the ginger, and the garlic. So to a blender, we're gonna add 2 onions, about 2 centimeters of ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, and we're going to chuck that to blend until it's smooth. Get your blender, chuck it on the NutriBullet, because that's what I'm using today. Just let that bad boy rip for 2 or 3 minutes until it's very, very puree-like. This is the base for the curry. This is what's going to get the base of the flavor, all right? Cut to pureed perfection. So it's going to look like that. You want it sort of like a fine paste like that. A couple of chunks and stuff are not going to matter because you're going to add diced lamb to this anyway later, or beef, up to you, whatever you want, prefer. Yeah, get yourself a heavy base saucepan and get it on a heat, medium hot, about 8 or 7 on induction. To that pot, you want to add a splash of oil just to cover the base of the saucepan. Wait for that bad boy to heat up, and then we'll chuck in our paste. Oil's heated up, add your paste. Use a spatula to get all of that goodness out of your canister. I use a spatula to get all of that out. I'll just wipe that. And yeah, spatula's integral because it helps scrape up all the bits off the bottom. Just want it to look like that. While it's bubbling, just turn it down to about a 7 or a 6 and just stir this out so it caramelizes. When it's looking like that, you want to add yourself a cinnamon stick, 6 cardamom green, and 5 cloves. And just stir that around. Once you start smelling the fragrance of the garlic and the ginger and the onions, stuff like that, you just want to turn it down and just let it cook out a little bit till you really get those flavors smelling. And then I'll show you the next step. Right, as I said earlier in the video, pre-preparation is the key for this one. So what you want to do is measure out all your spices beforehand. I just put them in a little teacup or whatever sort of bowl you got or whatever. And in here you got turmeric, cumin, garam masala, chili, fennel, coriander, cumin powder, just all mixed together. And we're going to add that to our onion bits, straight in there like that. Mix that around. Now you really want to cook off these spices and make it all fragrant. Cook it out, because this is the most integral part of the curry. This is what gives it all its body and texture and flavour. So we're just going to cook that out for 2 minutes until the fragrances really come out and you really get to smell them, and then I'm going to show you the next step. Alright, when it starts looking like this and it's all come together as a paste, we're going to add 750 mils of chicken stock just into that. We're going to deglaze the bottom of the pan, which means everything that's stuck at the bottom will come up and loosen up from the bottom of the pan, which is going to make it easier to clean in the long run at the end anyway. Alternatively, if you don't have chicken stock, just do 750 mils of water and 2 chicken stock cubes. You technically need 3, but a bit lighter because it's a lamb curry, so you don't really want to distract the flavour from the lamb too much. All right, that's all amalgamated. What we're going to do to that is add 400 mils of tomato passata. Just a standard sort of Italian tomato sauce. It's got nothing in it apart from Blitz tomatoes. It's smooth. And yeah, adds to the curry. Chuck that in. Mix that about. So as you can see here, it's a nice thin, smooth base. And this is going to thicken out as it cooks. So mix that all together, incorporate it all up. And we're also going to add some a good pinch of salt into that as well, just to season. Need to season everything, so yeah, just go for it. As much or little salt as you want. The thing is, at the end of the cook, you can add more salt. So don't overdo it with the salt at this stage because everyone has different salt levels. Yeah. Right, once that's all together and it comes to start ticking again, we've got ourselves a kilo of diced lamb shoulder. Lamb shoulder is supreme for this because slow cooking just really benefits it. It tenderizes, it breaks apart, you get little bits of fat that render down. It's just delicious and it just works well with slow cooking. So we're not really going to do anything to this. We're just going to chuck it straight into the sauce. Like that. And mix it around so it all breaks up in the sauce, like so. And then we're just going to turn the heat down to sort of a medium, a 5 or a 6, and just let that simmer over an hour and a half. Just keep an eye on it. Every time I come to it, I will show you what I'm doing, or adding anything to it, or taking away from it, or whatever it needs to be done, and I'll show you through the process. So yeah, that's what it looks like at this stage. It's down on a low, and we're just going to leave that for an hour and a half or so, and just really slowly cook it, because it's just going to develop more flavor. The lamb's going to fall apart. It's going to infuse all that flavor from the spices. It's going to be amazing. All right, follow along. See you in an hour and a half. Woo. So after an hour and a half, your lamb should be tender, and this is what your curry should look like. Thick, it's all cooked down, the sauce is cooked down. Your lamb is tender, should break apart easily. Give it a good stir. Just make sure you keep an eye on it. Just make sure you keep an eye on this stew over the course of an hour. Keep on stirring it and stuff so it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. But yeah, keep an eye on it. And just to finish this bad boy off, we're gonna add half a cup of yogurt. And that just goes in. Make sure it's off the heat. Just get that yogurt in there. And just stir it in. Just mix it through. Make sure it's off the heat. Just to finish off the sauce. Incorporate that all in. You just want to check the seasoning. As I said earlier about salt taste and stuff like that, everyone's different. So add more salt if you want, or don't add any more if you want. So usually I just serve that with rice or flatbread or something like that. And yeah, just do it however you want, really. That's ready to go. Add a little helper, like usual. Always hoping for some scraps. That's all incorporated now. So we'll just let that sit. Serve with rice, flatbread, whatever you want, really. You can do it in a wrap if you want, whatever. It's up to you. I'm going to make some flatbreads and rice for the next episode, and I'll show you how to serve it up. So if you're a bit confused at the end why there's rice and there's flatbread with it, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to shorten down the videos, and I'll have a couple of different segments that you guys can watch and show you how to make those things. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment of things you might want me to make next time, and yeah, rock on. Righto, Indian rice. Very, very straightforward. I know I've shown you how to make rice before on this channel, but I thought I'd just do a specific video to show you how to do it, or like an Indian style rice, my version of it anyway. Very straightforward, all done in the oven pretty much, and that's it. Put it in there, timer, take it out, ready to go. All right, but for this, we're gonna bouge it up a little bit. We're gonna add a few ingredients to give it a bit more flavor and oomph. So we're gonna dice up an onion, saute that off. We've also got some caraway seeds we're gonna toast off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dice up that onion and cook it in a pan with 3 tablespoons of butter and make our rice. Dice like that. Easy, simple. So on our cooktop, chuck a pan on. Medium-high heat till that butter melts. Then we're gonna add the onions to the pan. Get your butter melting. Alternatively, you can use ghee for this if you have ghee, but I find butter works fine. Get your onions in the pan. Bit of seasoning, just a little bit of salt, and just cook these off. Just until they're translucent. While the onions are cooking in the butter, get yourself 3 garlic cloves and just crush them. Like so. They don't have to be perfect because they're just going to go in whole so you can take them out at the end. Add your crushed garlic cloves. That'll flavour the garlic to the butter with the garlic. As we put the rice in there, and then as it cooks in the oven, it'll release all those flavours. Right. Once they start becoming translucent, you can really smell the garlic and the onions. We're going to add 3 fresh bay leaves. Mix those around. And then we're going to add our cumin seeds to toast off in this mix. Add 1 teaspoon of cumin I've added to this. Right. Only needs a few seconds in there just to get it crackling and toasted. Now we're going to add 2 cups of rice to this, just to get it coated. We want to take it off the heat because we don't want to really cook the rice. We just want to cover it in that butter. Right, so once that's all toasted off, your butter and your rice is all coated, you got your bay leaves, you got your garlic in there, we're gonna transfer that to a baking dish. Once your rice is in the baking dish, to that rice now, 3 cups of water or chicken stock. Good pinch of salt. And make sure you mix your water through the rice so it gets in between the granules. Boil over the top. Once it's foiled up, just goes in the oven at 180 degrees for 40 minutes. Make sure you put the timer on. After 40 minutes, take your rice out, like so, and then just leave it for 10 minutes. Then I'll show you what to do next. Right, it's been 10 minutes. What you want to do is get yourself a trusty pocket fork, take the foil off, steam it away, and just get your fork in there and just fluff the rice up. So, all the grains separate, as it should be. Cooked to perfection. That's how easy it is to make rice. Serve it with whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please subscribe, like, and comment below. Tell me what you'd like to see me cook next. Anyway, see you next video. Have a ripper. Serve the curry however you want. I just normally get a little bowl. Chuck some rice in there. Look, it doesn't matter how you plate this. It's still going to look like baby poo in a bowl. So, whatever. It's not gonna look pretty. But yeah, just chuck your rice in. A little bit of the corn, Rogan Josh on the top. There you go. Time consuming, but it's pretty simple dinner. Give it a taste test. Lamb's tender. Sauce is rich and spicy and balanced. Thanks to the yogurt. It's delicious. Anyway, if you like this recipe and you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. And let me know what you want me to cook next time. Anyway, catch you next time. See you, folks.